It's the next day, and the next step is to remove the concrete box from the mold. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the mold the other way up, and we're going to extract the center part of the mold. We use a tire to support it as we tip it over. I'll get Alex to give me a hand to do it. So our next step is to remove the nuts and bolts from this portion. We're going to put on a tool, and that will lift the entire center portion, internal portion of the mold out from the concrete box. So our next step is to remove this center portion. We're going to use this extractor tool. It relies on a big screw to actually pull the center part of the mold out. So we will screw this into the nut on the top here. Okay. And then what we do is we're going to turn the nut on the top here, and that's going to lift the internal portion of the mold.
And so we have two large wrenches. One is an adjustable spanner, which you might find, and the other one is the exact size of that nut. And in this case, that nut is 1 5/8, but we can also use this. And so we'll use the correct wrench. Okay, and so I'll take this nut and I'll get it started and I'll get the pressure on it, and then I like to just go around and hammer on the, and it creates a vibration, and that vibration helps to loosen that inner mold. And so one guy has to kind of hold the mold. And you can see it's lifting. And so it's already, sometimes it'll go, and it depends on how long it's been in the mold, but sometimes it releases and just goes pop, and then you know it's ready. And so we'll just get it up high enough so that we can get a piece of wood underneath it. That'll do. And then actually, you don't have to keep going until the whole thing comes out. We know it's released. So Pete and I can actually lift it out of here now, and straight up and out. We're going to remove this plate. And remember that this concrete is green. So you don't want to be too rough on it because it's susceptible to breaking still. And now the plate is off. Okay, now we'll remove all of these nuts and bolts.
So we've removed the bolts, and now we're going to take off this face plate, which has the nose and the front part of the filter behind it. So we have to be quite careful, because the nose is it's quite fragile at this point, particularly when the concrete is green. So we're going to take it off carefully. Okay, so we've got left two of the bolts in at the bottom. We're going to pull those out just in case to stop anything from slipping, and then we're going to ease the plate off the front.
And so now we're just going to remove this back piece off of the mold. And so you're kind of lifting up and back. We've got a little bit of binding in this corner. And so we can take our mallet, our rubber mallet, and just there. Now I've seen it release. You want to be gentle throughout this process. And so now I'll just pull this back. And there it is. Now we're going to check it to make sure that everything is up to specification.